Happy Friday, everybody. Alright, just finishing getting set up here. We'll get started here in just a moment. Hope everybody had a good week. Good week and a half since we've seen each other. I've been doing a lot of traveling. I have been in 7 cities in the last 10 days. Most notably Nashville and Gettysburg. But all over the place, really. Nashville was a short little family vacation. Right. Hope everybody's well. Let's see who we got in here. I see Jeff, Shauna, Thomas, David, Daniel. We've got Greg, Thomas in here, Jeff. Both have Jeff. It's hey. Oh, that's awesome. It was I'm not the biggest country person, but my wife loves it, and I really enjoy Nashville though. Yeah, I never did. I do my best to grin and bear it, I guess you could say. But I do enjoy Nashville quite a bit. Alright, guys. So, in store tonight, little Yingling of Black and Tan. Very underrated beverage right there. So it's got some black and tan on the way. Looking forward to that. So, cheers, everybody. Alright, guys. A lot of things in store. What up, Jake? Very. We stayed at the. It's not called Jewelry Inn though. It's like we stayed at the Jewelry. I don't know what it's called. Jewelry Hotel. Yeah, we stayed at the Jewelry. I don't know if that's what it was. Nashville, and it had the free drinks. Nashville. Jewelry Plaza is where we stayed. Not this trip. This trip we stayed at I don't know, Hilton Garden Inn. I think so I use points. I travel a lot for work, so I use points through Hilton. Unfortunately, I have to stay government rate when I travel for personal or for work, so I don't get as many points as most people do, but they add up. Yes, definitely have done that, Jeff. Yes. If you were to ask me my favorite chain, just because I stayed at every like Hilton hotel in the state of Pennsylvania, it would be the Embassy Suites. I'm a big Embassy Suite fan. Embassy Suites has free happy hour for an hour and a half. All you can drink, I call it a half bar. It's, like 3 or 4 types of beers. There'll be snacks, typically cheese, crackers, you know, like a charcuterie type of mix, and some fresh veggies. And then they'll have, I call it half bar because there'll be like 3 or 4 beers, and then every well drink you can think of. But I highly suggest Embassy Suites. There are no breweries in Pennsylvania except in the Pittsburgh area, and I don't stay at hotels, obviously, when I'm in the Pittsburgh area. So I've only ever stayed personally at one in Nashville, actually. But they limited us to just 2 free drinks. I don't know if that's typical or not. Alright, guys. I'm going to go over things that are available tonight through the giveaways. Got some nice new things as well for giveaways tonight in there coming up too. But check this out. 5 or more spots, you're automatically going to get a pack of Topps Chrome Basketball. I thought I got a really good price on some of these, so I thought I'd do some Topps Chrome Basketball in there. 24-25. Some Fleer Football 91. A little NHL Topps Hockey Sticker Collection 22-23, some Topps or some Panini Triple Play 2013, and some Score 2024 football. So that's coming your way as long as you bought 5 or more spots. If you bought 10 or more, check this nice upgrade I have. How about a Jumbo Topps 2020 baseball pack? There's 34 cards in here. You'll be getting that. A 2025 Sage Artistry pack. 2020-2021 Upper Deck Hockey Pack, a 2025 Donruss Football Gravity Pack, and a 2024-2025 Topps Chrome Basketball Pack. So again, all of that will be coming your way as long as you bought 5 or more spots. What up? Doing well, doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. So we got Jayhawk and Jeff Hawk. So Jayhawk is Jason. Jeff Hawk is Jeff. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well, Jason. All right. Call me off. The Hoff. All bangers, no whammies. That's what we're calling for tonight. That's what she said. Alright. So, not a whole lot available last I checked. In fact, basically completely sold out even. I do have one spot not on the site. Available for $10. What up, Jesse? The Hoff. Alright. So, real quick, because there's not a lot on here. Here is our schedule. So, we are breaking tonight, the 14th, and then we will be breaking on the 21st. And then, honestly, between now and Christmas, I only have, after next week, I travel next week for work, and then as of right now, things could change, but as of right now, I'm only traveling one more week between now and Christmas for work. So, hopefully that'll play into everybody's favor. Including mine. So I do a lot of work travel, which obviously can be a little bit of a daunting task with traveling and trying to keep up with the breaks, but also forces me to take a mental break as well. So we have a break tonight. We'll be breaking next Friday. The following Tuesday, we'll be breaking again that Friday as well, 28th, and then it should be the following Tuesday. The 28th will be a Black Friday, so we will have a break that night. If you have a wife that's going all out shopping, or, you know, whoever in your life, and you're like, I'm staying home and doing a little shopping, here you go. You could be break with me that Black Friday. But looking forward to it, guys. Not a lot available on the site. Just these 2 breaks available at this point. A little Juiced Baseball And I like to point this out, that even if you don't see a Marlin, or that's it, the Marlins are the only team left. Even if you don't see them on the checklist, there are 30-some players available that, and there could be a Marlin on the checklist, I don't even honestly remember. But names like Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Muhammad Ali, Burt Reynolds, those names, 500 home run club, all those names, if we were to pull them, would have an equal chance. All 30 teams in baseball would have an equal chance at any name that's not associated with a Major League Baseball team. Alright, so that's the way this one will work. Marlin's still out there. Basketball, just have the Kings. Just have the Kings in there, and that's it. Everything else sold out tonight. So thank you guys, making my life easy. I don't have to do as much of a sales pitch, more of just letting you know what's on tap and coming up here in the future. With all of that said, let's do our first break of the night. First break of the night. And in this break, it is for one Gold Rush football. Oh, that's a multi-sport. Football jersey. And I'm going to have everybody out there. You're going to put in the chat two teams. Put them on one line. And you're going to see right now that there are actually 9 teams that aren't showing up. That's okay. They have been claimed. They are right here. The Cardinals, the Panthers, the Bears, the Browns, the Jaguars, Rams, Jets, Titans, and Commanders. Daniel, Paul, and Mark each have 3 spots from these random teams. I'm going to grab them, and then we're going to take them and we're going to put them into random.org. And that'll be the order. So when they go into here, whatever order they come out is how we are going to do things. So I'm going to do this 7 times, and the top team would get Arizona. Or what team? What do we have in here? Arizona. The last team would get the Commanders. So we'll do this 7 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. All right, Mark is going to have Arizona. Paul is going to have the Commanders, and everything in between we filled in. I'll copy that there. You'll see it right there. Let's put it that way. All right, so Mark, you're going to have the Cardinals and Panthers and the Bears. Daniel will have the Browns. Paul's going to have the Jags. Daniel with the Rams and Jets. Paul has the Titans and the Commanders. All right, so let me go in. Give me just a moment to put these on there, and then we will be rocking and rolling. Just load these up and then refresh. All right, so Mark, you have the Cardinals, Panthers, and Bears. Daniel has the Brownies, the Rams, and Jets. And then Paul's going to have the Jags, Titans, and Commanders. All right, guys, thank you. All right, let's go in, give this a good old-fashioned refresh. Alright, so you're going to see that list right there. That's the updated list. Now we're going to figure out what jersey we're going to use. Box 2 is on the table. We also have 4 and 5. Alright, so 2, 4, and 5 possibilities for the actual jersey that we use. 2 is our placeholder. 4 and 5. 7 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Box 4. Alright, so box 4 will be the one we use. If you haven't yet and you're just joining, welcome. You can put your guesses in there. This is box 4. Box 2 will come out. You are going to put 2 teams on one line. 2 NFL teams on one line for me, please. Alright, we're going to be using box number 4. We have Mark in the house here. Daniel, looking to see if Bill would trade the Fly Eagle Fly. Bill's a first-time breaker in here with us. I'm not sure if he's in the chat or not. But we have Mark with the Panthers, Stacy with the Falcons and the Ravens. William has the Buffalo Bills. Mark has the Panthers and the Bears. Jeff has the Bungles. Daniel's got the Brownies. Bill's got the Cowboys and the Broncos. David with the Lions. Bill's got the Pack Attack and the Texans and the Colts. Here comes Paul with the Jags. Bill has the Chiefs. We have William with the Raiders. Trace with the Chargers. Daniel's got the Rams. Bill with the Dolphins. Stacy's got the Vikes. Roman with the Pats. Here comes Jeff with the Saints and the G-Man. Daniel's got the Jets. Bill with the Fly Eagle Fly. Jeff has the Steelers. We've got Zachary with the Niners. Bill with the Seahawks. George with the Bucks. And Paul sitting nicely with the Titans and the Commode. Alright, guys. Calling on this one here. No more guesses. No more guesses. Alright, we're going to get started strong here. Started strong with a little beer juice. Alright, so a little Fitz Magic. Alright, so a little beer juice on that. This is box number 4 right there. You can see this is sealed up all the way around. Secondary seal is under there. Give that a cut. Slide top. Secondary seal, let's give that a cut. One more little tap from Fitzmagic. Alright, see the number 9. The number 9. Oh, really good running back right there from the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks coming in. Bill. Nice hit right there. Kenneth Walker, the Fed. Kenneth Walker on the hit right there for the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks. Second is the authentication. All right, Bill, congratulations. First time breaker, first time hit with us here. Congrats, Bill. All right. By the way, that is Beckett on the authentication. Kenneth Walker. Look right there. Congrats, Bill. Alright, Seahawks for the guess. And a chance here at a box of mystery. Box of mystery. Alright, who here guessed Seahawks? Ah, there we go. David's got the Seahawks. And so does Jesse. Alright, it's going to come down to David and Jesse. Alright, let me know if I missed anybody. I see David and Jesse. Let me put these boxes of mystery together for you guys. Two hits, one whammy. 2 hits, 1 whammy out there. So, it's going to be a silver box, golden box, and some flowers. Alright, doesn't look like I have... By the way, Candace, Candace, I sent you an email. Daniel, I don't know if Candace saw it or not, but I sent Candace an email. I wasn't sure if she made an accidental purchase on the site. So, just take a look at that when you get a chance. I just want to make sure that that was, everything was alright. Alright, we're going to put Dad and Will and Jesse into the random.org. Alright, there's 1 time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, it is going to be David. Alright, David, you get to pick a box of mystery. So we have silver, gold, and we have the flowers. Going with the silver. You got it. No problem. Alright, that means you passed up on the flowers. Inside the flowers was a Donruss Elite 2025 football pack. So a nice pack right there. Passed up on gold, and inside of gold was a Chronicles Draft Picks 2023 pack. So unfortunately, David, you got your hands on the whammy. Alright, inside the whammy, this is a gift all the way from Aaron. Aaron, you can thank Aaron for this whammy, because you just got your hands on a Stephen King Funko. Stephen King Funko. Check that out. This was a gift sent from Aaron. And I wanted to make sure that this Funko was awarded as a potential gift tonight. So, not all whammies created equal. This one, David, coming your way. Stephen King. You are welcome. Alright, Daniel, thank you. I will, I'm actually going to take care of that right now. I wanted to make sure that was a mistake. And then I'll go in and take care of that right now. Alright, so Candace should have that refunded here very shortly, if not already. And then I think we might be sold out on the site here, so let me go and update that real quick. Thank you guys. It looks like Andrew and Mike just filled things up. Alright, Marlins to Mike. And then Jesse, I don't know if I put Jesse in there already. So Jesse had the Twins and Padres. And then I have Andrews. And Andrew, you have the Sacramento Kings. Alright, guys. Thank you. All filled up for tonight. Alright, let's get into a figurine break. Why not? Let's do a Funko break. Let's do a Funko break. Alright. So, we have one Funko, one jersey, and one photo in this break. For this, in the chat, all you have to do is give me one letter from the alphabet. That's all you have to do. One letter from the alphabet. Alright, so everybody's out there giving me one letter from the alphabet. And we're actually going to figure out the letter everybody's going to get now. That way, if anybody wants to make a trade for a letter, we can do that shortly. Alright, if this was the 7th time, Daniel would have the letter A, George would have the letter Z. Well, we're going to shake things up, and we're going to have 7 times here. There's 2, 3, there's 4, 5, we're at 6, one more makes it 7. George is going to have A, and Larry's going to have Z, but remember, we've had some Z's hit, like Ben Zobrist even. Alright. So, I'm going to go in, and I'm going to hit refresh, We'll see what everybody's lining up with now. Alright. That is a look at everything right now. If anybody wants to make a trade, I'll go over everything in a little bit. But if anybody wants to make a trade or have an offer on the table, go ahead and make that all knowing. Because we have to figure out the photo. The photo's either going to be 5 or 7. 5 or 7. Last two from the case. Alright, so list randomizer 5 and 7 for the photo. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, it's going to be photo number 7. Photo number 7. Alright, so we'll take 5. It'll go back in here. 7 is going to be in the break. Alright, number 7 is our photo. For the jersey, we have every number but the number 6 from the case. Every number but the number 6. Number 1 is our placeholder. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's everything for our jerseys. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, jersey number 4. Jersey 4. Let me grab that one. 4. Number 4. Coming off here will be number 1. Then for the Funko, we have numbers 3 and 5. 3 and 5, last ones remaining from the case. Alright, so 3 and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, number 5 for the Funko. It's going to be this guy. Number 3, and not today. Alright, guys. Last call on the guesses. Did we have any trades? At least I didn't get X this time. Still drawing dead with Q. Hey, Dan Quisenberry, Patrick Queen. Alright. Well, no more guesses, and it doesn't seem like we're going to have any trades, so let's get right into this, guys. Let's do it. Alright, let's get an OG, the very first good luck charm my daughter ever made. Here we go, let's go, bacon! Oh yeah! Here we go! Spoonie calling for a biggie. This is photo number 7. Photo number 7. Alright, we have Richie Giachetti, which I believe is this guy right here, Richie Giachetti, and he was one of the ringside men in boxing, a big-time ringside manager in boxing. Richie Giachetti. Beckett authenticated. That is going to be the letter G, Giachetti. Alright, so Richie Giachetti, and that is going to go out to Daniel. Daniel, there you go. Richie Giachetti. Passed away in 2016 in Uniontown. Was from Uniontown, PA, not far away from where I live. He was a trainer for Mike Tyson, Larry Holmes. Two pretty big names right there. Hey, you are welcome. Alright, guys. Box 4. Let's go! Hall of Famer! Oh yeah! Ooh. Alright, box 4. So that secondary seal's under there. Going all the way around. Give that a cut. See what we got. We have Hall of Fame middle linebacker from the Bears, Mike Singletary. Mike Singletary. That is going to go out to George on an orange Browns jersey. The Secretary of Defense, the Samurai himself, Mike Singletary. Mike Singletary. George on the hit. Hall of Fame linebacker Mike Singletary. Middle linebacker, no less. Alright, Mike Singletary. Alright, George. Time for the Funko. Alright, here we go! Alright, this is number 5. Box 5. This is sealed up. Looking good. There's a cut. Sealed up. We're going to give this a cut right now. Alright, it is... Oh, this is cool. This is not an athlete. They're playing an athlete from the movie Major League. From the movie Major League, we have... This is Tom Berenger. Tom Berenger, and that is Jake Taylor. So the letter B. Tom Berenger, who played the catcher, who made the league minimum and was in the Mexican League before he came over. One of my all-time favorite sports movies. Probably favorite movies of all time. All around, to be honest with you. Major League. Tom Berenger. Oh, there's a... Oh, wait. When the whole... So, I like this. It says Jake Taylor, number 7. It's the auto there. But then it says on the side here, win the whole effing thing right there. I like that. Win the whole effing thing. Alright, that's a new Funko for us. I like it a lot. Congrats, George. Alright, so we have BGS. So we're not grading this on or anything, but we have BGS as our letters. Alright, TS6759 with the correct guess. And who else? BGS. I see Dylan with the correct guess. Jeff with the correct guess. BG, I see Jake with the correct guess. The other Jeff, or this is Jayhawk, so this would be Jason. BGS, Mike / Charlene Anderson, and Jesse. Then I've got George with the letter S. So I think I've got everybody here. TS6759, Dylan, Jeff, Jake, Jayhawk, Jesse, Mike / Charlene, and George. Alright, guys. Congrats. Alright. Yeah, in the future, Dylan, it's one guess on that, but he's new to the show. First time breaker with us, so... Let's Dan. Alright. Top name going to get a box of mystery here. Top name gets a box of mystery. There'll be 2 hits. 1 whammy. There's 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Mike / Charlene Anderson. Alright, Mike / Charlene Anderson. You are going to get a box of mystery. Give me 1 second. I have to put them together. Didn't do it just yet, but do that here in a second. I have a shark, a silver, and a flower. Alright, Charlene. Go ahead and make your selection. Going with the silver. Alright, that means you passed up on the flowers. Inside the flowers was a pack of Monopoly Prism Basketball 24-25. Very nice product right there. Then you passed up on a really nice hanger. How about a hanger of Topps Heritage Baseball 2023? Alright, so Topps Heritage Baseball 2023 hanger. Missed out on. That is going to leave you with the whammy. Alright, Charlene. I hope you like books, because you just got a Mini Brands collection of real readable books. Alright, so real readable books. Alright, Charlene. Do you want to see what books you're going to get, or should we save that so you can open it up at home? It's up to you. Let me know if you want it open, or we'll send it out sealed. Oh, the decisions. Does Charlene want to make you open? Alright. Let's do it. Let's find a good place for this. Maybe. Alright. These, anytime you see Mini Brands in a break that I do, have a lot of faith knowing that my daughter picked it out, because she loves Mini Brands. I kind of find them kind of neat too, which is part of the reason I think she likes them, is because I just think it's kind of neat to see like a real looking product in such a tiny format. Kind of reminds me of Micro Machines, for those that remember that really fast talking guy from the 80s with the Micro Machines. Alright, Charlene, let's get rid of all this and see what we're popping. Alright, look at all these books. There's a little checklist to send that your way. Alright, book numero uno. Hopefully we don't tear your book. Your first book, this is a Holiday Inn. It is a dog book. Alright, it's called Holiday Inn. I apologize, my camera is definitely not for the up close. It's definitely for more back. But these are real books. Look at the tiny print. There is real. The whole book is right there. The Holiday Inn. All right, that's your first book here, Charlene. Your next book. Ooh, you have a little magnifying glass to help you read some of these tiny words. And then your next book. Ooh, this is a hardcover, actually. That is a Diary of the Wimpy Kid hardcover edition. And there you go. Full book. Miniature pages and everything. Full book. Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Alright. Our next book. Next book coming out of here. This is a Ronald Dahl book. Here you go. BFG. BFG. Kind of a creepy movie if you ask me, but the book, here you go. Get your magnifying glasses out on that and be enjoying a few hours of eyesight glary reading. Alright, and then your last one, and this one's thick. Maybe we have like an encyclopedia. Or maybe it's like a I think it's a bookshelf. Oh, this is pretty cool. It's a bookshelf. It's an actual, you get to put together like an actual bookshelf, it looks like. There's pieces to put a miniature bookshelf for your miniature books. And there are IKEA-like directions for your miniature bookshelf. So I will let you do that. But you have a little IKEA-like bookshelf. You have some magnifying glass, and you have let's see, the Holiday Inn book, Diary of a Wimpy Kid hardback, and a Ronald Dahl BFG. That's a fun little whammy. All right, Charlene, those are coming your way. Oh, Shauna, that's awesome. Alright, guys, time for a little bit of fun here with our divisional breaks. Alright, divisional breaks here, and at the end of this, I'm going to give away 3 prizes. We'll have 4 options out there and 3 prizes. Alright, so for this, you are going to give me 1 NFL division. If the division you give me correctly comes out of the mini helmet, you are going to get your name added to a checklist here, and at the end we'll take all those names and put them in random order. 3 people are going to walk away happy. Alright, guys, it's mini helmet time. This is box number 4. Box 4 is going to be out there. We also have box 6. 4 and 6 are the possibilities here for our mini helmet. Alright, so 4, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, box 4, the one that's out there. Sticking with what's good. Alright, so box 4. Alright, so we've got Candace with the AFC East. David has the AFC North. Daniel, the AFC South. Candace, the AFC West. Jake, the NFC East. Jeff with the NFC North. Candace, the NFC South. And Thomas, Q, with the NFC West. Alright, guys, I'm calling it already. No more guesses. Let's jump in. See what we're rolling with. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Alright, I have box 4. Box 4, give a little tap from the love machine himself. Box 4, it's a rip it and ship it kind of deal. So pretty basic. Rip it and ship it. Alright, I see a San Francisco 49er, and I know that auto. We have a Bill Romanowski. Bill Romanowski on a 49ers mini helmet. That's an NFC West. And that is to Thomas. Thomas, congratulations. Beckett on your authentication. That is a Bill Romanowski. No spitballs included. Just hits. Alright, Thomas, congrats. Alright, NFC West, I see Jake in there. I see June. I see Jesse. I see T, aka Thomas. I see Alec. What up, Alec? Got you in there. I think it's everybody. I think that's everybody with the NFC West. So I have Jake, June, Thomas Q, Jesse, and Alec. If I'm missing anybody, let me know. But congratulations, Thomas. A little Bill Romanowski right there. Back it authenticated. Alright, guys. We have this football. It is box 8, and they super duper this one, so they're sealed up all the way around. We know it's going to be this football right there, box number 8. So go ahead, if you like the division you guessed, go ahead and put it in again. If you want to change it up, that's perfectly fine as well. Alright, so I will read off our names, give you guys about 12 more seconds to put a guess in here. We've got Scott with the AFC East, Mike the AFC North, Mark F with the AFC South, Aaron's got the AFC West, Daniel's going for the NFC East, Chad with the NFC North, Aaron's got the NFC South, and Paul's got the NFC West. Alright, guys. Let's call it, and now let's call it. No more guesses. No more guesses, friends. Alright. Get that Fitz magic out there one more time. A little love tap. Alright, this is box 8. Box 8 right there. All the way around. Give it a cut right there. One more that way. Ready to be popped up a little. Don't want to pull Tom Brady, so pull it up so we don't deflate it. We have a Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer coming out of here. From the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns. That's an AFC North hit. We have Ozzie Newsome. Ozzie Newsome. Hall of Fame tight end for the Brownies. And then a Hall of Fame general manager for the Baltimore Ravens. Alright, so Ozzie Newsome on a JSA authenticated football. Alright, AFC North on the hit right there. And that is Mike. Mike, congratulations. I know you've got some Ozzie Newsome stuff in your collection, but I'm not sure if you have a football or not. Timber. It wants to tip over. Everything for the most part is sold out. The only thing that is not sold out, actually, give me 1 second here. Is this. There's in the 3 jersey Raz break. That's the only item not sold out. Everything else is sold out though. Alright, so AFC North for the correct guesses. That'll get Dad and Will in there. Mike / Charlene Anderson, you're in there. So is Jayhawk. AFC North. Alec, got you. Alright, I think that's everybody. So I think for this one we're adding David and Will, Mike / Charlene, we have Jason, and then Alec. If I missed anybody, let me know. Ozzie Newsome. Alright guys, it is time for your guesses for the 8x10 and the 16x20 photo. We have active baseball, retired baseball, active football, retired football, active basketball, retired basketball, hockey, or other. Make one of those selections. There's 8 options right there. If you guess correctly on either the 8x10 or the 16x20, your name will get added. We know that the photo is going to be box number 5. So this guy right there is definitely in our break. Alright, what we don't know is what number 16 by 20. The placeholder is box 1. Placeholder is box 1. We also have numbers 2, 4, and 5. So 1, 2, 4, and 5 are possibilities here. One, 2, 4, 5. One time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Box 4. Box number 4. Let's grab that one real quick. Box number 4 is coming on. Alright. There she is. Box 4. Adios numero uno. Alright, guys. In our break, we have Zachary with active and retired baseball. Mike has active football. Jake has retired football and active basketball. Jeff has retired basketball. Steve has hockey. And Daniel hitting up the other. Alright, guys. Good luck, everybody. What up, Steve? Look, I haven't seen Steve been very active in the chat. Hope he's doing well. The hats that Steve is releasing this weekend looked awesome. Let me see something real quick here. If you don't follow, yep. If you don't follow Steve, check out his Instagram. That's his page right there. When you have a chance. Some of those football caps looked really sweet that you're releasing this weekend. Was that on Crown Minded? I forget where you had them listed, but they looked really sweet. Alright, guys. Box 5. Box 5. Alright, here we go. Give it a little love tap. Here we go, big hit. Oh, yeah. Do better next time. Now that's cool. Look at this. In the octagon, Frank Mir. Look at that. That is going to be other. Frank Mir in the octagon. There we go. Beckett authenticated. That's a cool hit. And that is going to go out to Daniel. There you go, Daniel. Hey, you're always welcome, Steve. That, by the way, Beckett authenticated. You can see that there. Sticker and cert. There you go. Pretty cool. That is a nice hit for little Daniel on the other. That's true. Do have two. Oh, that's awesome. Alright, guys. Box number 4. Box 4. We're sealed up. Coming to this side. Back around to that side. A few taps. There's a cut. There's another. Again, popped up. Pulling this way. Let's see what we're pulling on the 16 by 20 photo. Oh, Hall of Famer. This is awesome. Hall of Famer. This is actually a limited print, too. This is a limited print autographed by the photographer. And it's number 215 out of 400. This is Tony La Russa. Tony La Russa, Cardinals. Obviously, this is going to, it wouldn't matter, but this would be retired because he's no longer an active manager or retired. He's a retired manager again. But look at that. Tony La Russa, Hall of Fame. Tony La Russa's number retirement. This is from May 11th, 2012, Busch Stadium. Photos autographed by the photographer. And it's number 215 out of 400. That is really cool, Zachary. And I know you're a San Francisco guy more than Oakland, but he's got strong ties to Oakland out there as well. Started and ended his career as a manager with the White Sox, though. Fun fact, his one of his top coaches when he was a coach with the White Sox was actually Jim Leyland. It's where Jim Leyland got his start. They actually knew each other from some days in the minors. And Jim Leyland was on the White Sox staff. Alright, guys. Good stuff. Alright, Tony La Russa, retired, going up to Zach. Russa. Alright, so retired baseball and other. Retired baseball and other for the hit here. Alright, retired baseball. Alright, Angela. Mike, got you. Shauna. Little Thomas Love. Jeff. Got you, Jeff Hawks. A little love for Francis. What up, Francis? Baseball, June, and Jeff S. And I think that's everybody. So just looking at it quickly, I've got Angela, Mike, Shauna, Thomas Q, Jeff, Francis, Jeff S, and June. If I missed anybody, let me know. Alright, last one. Go ahead, give me a guess here for the hockey puck. 4 divisions to guess. Box 8 is our placeholder. We also have numbers 23, 50, 70, and 82. Alright, remember 3 people are going to get a box of mystery at the end of this break. From the 4 breaks we had here. 8, 22, 50, 70, and 82. 7 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Box 50. Box 50. Alright, let me put that on the table. We have 5-0 right there. 5-0. Replacing 8. Alright, guys. In our break here, we have Daniel with the Atlantic. Case has the Metro. Then we're loving life. Hitting it big with Steve in the Central. And Brett's back for a little Pacific love out west. Alright, guys. I'm calling it here. No more guesses. No more S's. Alright, guys. This is box 50. We are sealed up all the way around. Only hockey break of the night, so you gotta break out the puck and see if we can get it. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's get a headliner. Box 50. Alright, lots of seals going on here. Whoop, whoop. Alright. We're going to cut into there and there. Let's go. Alright, we have back-to-back Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. That is a Radko Guda. Radko Guda coming out of there. A Radko Guda. Alright, so Radko Guda. That obviously going to be an Atlantic hit. And the Atlantic is Daniel. Daniel. And that is a Radko Guda for the Florida Panthers. All right. Radko Guda. I feel like he was I thought he was a first round, second round pick. All right, Radko Guda. Actually, he was a third round pick. Yeah, 66 would be third round. Pretty good player for a third round pick. Taken after Brock Bukaboom. Probably related to Jeff Bukaboom, I'm assuming. Alright, Radko Guda. Alright, Atlantic for the guess. Alright, I've got Dylan Francis, both guessing correctly. Shaggy, what up? Whoa, Shaggy. Thomas and George with Atlantic guesses. Charlene with an Atlantic guess. Alright, so here are the names I have with Atlantic. If I missed somebody, let me know. I got Francis, Dylan, Shaggy, George, Thomas Q, and Mike / Charlene. If I missed your name on that one, let me know. I'm going to put together 4 boxes of mystery. There'll be 3 hits, 1 whammy. 3 hits, 1 whammy in the collection here. Alright, so 3 hits, 1 whammy out there. Living large. And soon about to be in charge. Alright, we have gold, flowers, police, and the shark. Alright, top 3 names. Gonna get to pick a box of mystery here. Top 3 names. And if any name repeats, we'll take a name down. We'll move it down. Because we want 3 unique names picked here. Alright, 7 times. There's 2, 3, 4. There's 5. 6. 1 more makes it 7. Top 3 unique names. We're gonna have Juke, Jake, and Thomas. Alright, June, Jake, and Thomas. You guys are going to get to pick a box. It doesn't matter. First person to select whichever one they want gets to pick it. June, Jake, and Thomas Q. That is Thomas Q. Pick a box of mystery. Alright, so June, Jake, and Thomas Q. Alright, I have June with the shark. Jake beat you. Just beat you. Alright, police and gold. So everybody passing up on the flowers. Alright, so everybody passing up on the whammy. Alright, so the whammy, I'll move these over. The whammy was a pair of Marvel. And that is Iron Man socks. So a pair of Iron Man socks. So these guys holding on strong. Little Tony Stark staying home for now. Alright. Gold is going out to Thomas. Alright, Thomas Q, you went with gold. Let's see what's coming out of this guy. How about a pack of 2017 Donruss Baseball? 2017 Donruss Baseball. Let's go. All right, here we are. All right, there's a Corey Seager, David Price, a Trevor Bauer, Kyle Seager. So you got Corey and Kyle Seager in the same pack. How about that? A Frank Thomas. That is a parallel, black and white Frank Thomas. So there's a variation card on the Frank Thomas. You have a Randall Grichuk, a Brian Dozier, and Mr. Always Sunny in Philadelphia, gonna eat as much fried chicken and drink as much beer on the plane, Wade Boggs. All right, cool little pack right there for Thomas. All right, now we have Police to Jake. Jake, here's the Police. And inside the Police, not one, Jake, but 2 packs of cards. So let me get another sticker. I have to put your name on another sticker here. You're always welcome. All right, Jake. There are 2 packs of cards here. You have a pack of Donruss and Donruss Elite. Donruss Basketball and Donruss Elite Football. All right, so try your basketball first. This is a 24-25 Gravity pack. There is a Tobias Harris. Denny, and he's a good player. Can't say his name, never have. Bronny James parallel. So you have a Bronny James parallel rookie, and I already saw the last card. You have a Vince Williams Jr., but check this out. You got Bronny and LeBron in the same pack. Look at that. Kind of cool. Bronny and LeBron. So Pop Out Love's son right there in the same pack. All right, June, that's your first one. Or Jake, that's your first one. Your second pack here, Jake. This is an Elite 2025 pack. This is actually a mega pack for what it's worth. You have a Drake May second year card. A really cool looking Micah Parsons. Oh, you got a variation here of Michael Penix Jr. That was no, just a normal Penix. I actually thought it was a variation, just the way the light was shining on it. There's a Kool-Aid McKinstry, former Bama star. And you're going to end it here with a Devin Witherspoon. Devin Witherspoon. All right, nice looking cards. Love it. I always like Donruss Elite. Little Kid Reporter love. All right, Jake, those cards are yours. And then June, here's a little football, a little shark for you. And this is basketball. Basketball, you have a Monopoly Prism pack. 24-25 Monopoly Prism. All right. Ooh, and a really nice card on the back. There is a Tim Duncan. He's got the little Magic Johnson. 2 Hall of Famers right there. Darius Garland. And then check this out. Victor Wembanyama. Oh, Wemby right there. Wembanyama. Jeez, can't talk. Tim Duncan and Victor Wembanyama. All-time greats right there. Not a bad pack. Alright, June, those cards are yours. You guys are always welcome. Alright, guys. Let me refresh this so that the names are all showing. But we're going to do a little love for the juiced or not juiced baseball series. Let's do that. Juiced or not juiced. So, in the chat, all you're going to have to do is tell me, do you think the baseball, either baseball that we pull out of here is going to be juiced or not juiced? Juiced or not juiced? That's all you have to do in the chat. Alright? And by the definition of juiced for us, it means, for the giveaway, not playing professional baseball. Did not play professional baseball. So, a Tom Brady, a Muhammad Ali, names like that would be juiced, and they do not have a team associated. So all 30 teams would have equal chance at a player like that. We know that bat 1 is in this break. We're going to be using this bat right here. What we don't know is what 2 baseballs we're going to be using. We have 1, 2, 4, and 6 in the break. 1, 2, 4, and 6 are the possibilities here in our break. So 1, 4, and 6. One time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. So 1 and 4. 1 and 4 will be in the break. I have 2 up there. We'll place 2 back with box 4. So there is box 4. There goes box 2. So 1, 4, and then bat number 1 as well. Guys, in this break, we have Mark with the Diamondbacks, George has the Braves, Maris has the Orioles, Thomas with the Red Sox, Daniel's got the Cubs, Jeff S with the White Sox, Jeff H with the Reds, we've got Jake with the Guards, Jason with the Rocks, Stacy has the Tigers, Paul has the Astros, Michael has the Royals, Aaron's got the Angels in the outfield, Michael M with the Dodgers, Michael E with the Marlins, Chad's got the Brew Crew, Thomas with the Twins, Angela's got the Mets, Case has the Yankees, Thomas has the A's, Daniel with the Phillies, Aaron's got the Pirates, Jesse with the Padres, Zachary's got the Giants, Michael M with the Mariners, Michael E with the Cards, Thomas has the Rays and the Rangers, David's got the Jays, and Jeff looking to hit with the Nats. Now I do want to point out that everything seems pretty straightforward. The one name that may confuse you is, so Tom Brady would be razzed off. Some people would say, oh, he was an Expo. Actually never played professional baseball with the Expos. Was drafted by them, never played, so that is a razzed off addition. Never signed, never played. But we do have Michael Jordan as a White Sox. So if we pull the baseball player, Michael Jordan, or the basketball player, Michael Jordan, that would be a White Sox hit. If we pull the actor, Michael B. Jordan, that would be razzed off. So just a little 411 on that. Alright guys, no more guesses here. Let's get a squishy little baseball out there. Bringing some love to the action. Box 1 right there, box 1. Give that a tap all the way around. Take our little note off. Here we go, box 1, sealed up. Gonna have that secondary seal down there. Time to go at it. Shiny goodness. No more. Alright, we have a player who is currently active in the game of basketball, unfortunately hurt, and not expected to play this year. We have, from the Portland Trailblazers, Damian Lillard. Damian Lillard coming out of here. So we're going to razz that baseball off. Autograph. This is a black and gold baseball. Major League Baseball. Damian Lillard. And this one will get razzed off to the entire group. So all 30 teams are going to have an equal opportunity at a Damian Lillard baseball here in a little bit. All right. Box 4, box 4. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's pull a Hall of Fame baseball player. A juiced by the definition in the product. We already got definition by the guessing out of the way. Let's do by the definition of the product, like a huge baseball name. Let's go. right, here we go. We have seen this name recently, actually. On a baseball, I do believe, too. Not sure if it was in the juice section or not. We have a Rawlings Beckett authenticated Major League Baseball. He is a free agent, but currently would go to the Detroit Tigers. Detroit Tigers, Stacy, congratulations. You have middle infielder Gleyber Torres. Gleyber Torres on the hit right there. That is a Detroit Tiger hit. Gleyber Torres. Likely to reject his free agency, reject the arbitration. All right, Gleyber Torres. Congrats, Stacy. All right. You are welcome. Stacy, is golf season pretty much done? I'm assuming it probably is, but just checking. All right, they're going to want us opening that in, it looks, but show this first. It appears they want us opening on this side, which also is the barrel side. So let's go in. Let's go at it. Good luck. One cut there. There's another cut. And one more up top. There we go. Oh, I actually know that name. Alright, we have a Hall of Fame pitcher. Hall of Fame pitcher. This is the Atlanta Brave Hall of Famer. We have pitcher Tom Glavine. Tom Glavine. Alright, so there's Tom Glavine. Speaking of golf, when I worked at Oakmont Country Club as a teenager, I actually saw Tom Glavine. I never caddied for him or in his group, but I actually saw him there quite a bit when the Braves were in town. Okay, Stacy, it makes sense. Tom Glavine. Congrats, George. And that is JSA on the authentication. I think you should be able to golf year-round in Alaska. Just get a brightly colored ball and play a little glow golf or ice golf. They were America's team in the 80s and 90s, the Braves on TBS. He was a good hitter for a pitcher, yeah. That was the thing. Those Braves pitchers were all pretty good hitters. Maddox and Glavine specifically, but even when they had guys like Mike Hampton, obviously we know Smoltz was a pretty decent hitter too. Not in the same group as the other three I mentioned, but all right, we have Damian Lillard. All 30 teams here, equal ops for Dame time. All right. 7 times. The top team on the 7th time is going to get a little Damian Lillard love. There's 2. We're at 3. There's 4. 5. So you see 6 there. We go. Top team, 7th time. Here we go. The Pirates. The Pittsburgh Pirates. All right. And in this break, the Pirates are Aaron. Aaron, congratulations, Aaron. You're going to get a little Dame time. So here you go. Damian Lillard, and this is Beckett authenticated Damian Lillard. Oop, I have it upside down. Damian Lillard basketball, or baseball, I should say. There you go. Dame time. What time is it? It's Dame time. Yeah, Glavine was a goalie, right? For the Kings. Or drafted by the Kings, at least, if I'm not mistaken. And I want to say drafted maybe the same year, or there's some kind of connection with Kevin Stevens with Tom Glavine, if I'm not mistaken, with the Kings. Damian Lillard. Let's see. Damian Lillard. This goes to the Pirates. Damian Lillard. Baseball. Alright. Yeah, that's a good call on the hockey thing, Dudley. I almost want. I know there's some kind of connection with him being a goalie in the Kings, and I feel like even Kevin Stevens, there's a connection to him with that. Alright, guys. Congrats, George, Stacy, and Aaron. Alright, yeah, here, look at this. Tom Glavine was drafted by both the Kings in the 1984 entry draft, 2 rounds ahead of future Hall of Famer, obviously Brett Hall and Luc Robitaille, and by the Atlanta Braves in the 2nd round of that year. Obviously chose elected to play baseball. I knew there was a tie to the Kings, and I want to say Stevens was in that draft. Let's see. Nope, John and Mike. For some reason, maybe Kevin Stevens, because Kevin Stevens was a King. Kevin Stevens was a Kings draft pick too, I believe. I thought he was drafted by the Kings. Yeah, 83 draft by the Kings, and I think so. Here, Kevin Stevens. I know there's a tie. I think they, like how hockey players go to camp before they ever sign. I'm pretty sure that Stevens and Glavine have a tie in there, but who knows? All right. Anybody interested in that Roenick here? Let's see. I don't know if anybody said they had interest in it or not. But either way, let's do a little football. Alright, we're going to do a football. Well, you're interested in it, Candace? Alright, sweet. Hit PayPal or Venmo at DP Collects works. Alright, and I'll put you in there, Candace. If you have any issues with sending it, just let me know. Candace. Alright, thank you. Alright, I am going to do the football break as promised here, and then we'll do that 3 jersey Raz break following the football break. Alright. We have boxes 2 and 3. These are actually the last 2 boxes I have from this entire series. So these 2 jerseys are in the break tonight. Don't know what mini helmet. But those 2 jerseys are in the break tonight for sure. Alright. I'm going to have everybody out there. That I don't know, Dudley, about who the best golfer was. I definitely saw all 3 of them. I want to say when I was working, who was the 4th Brave? Because I saw all 3 of those guys. I want to say it might have been Denny Nagel. I truly think it might have been Denny Nagel as the 4th Braves golfer from that group that I saw. I truly don't really remember. Saw a lot of famous people working at my country club as a caddy in the late 90s, though. Alright, guys. We have to have everybody out there. You guys are going to put in the chat one line. 4 NFL players. 4 NFL players. If the player you give me comes out... Oh, I gotta do the giveaway. I gotta do a giveaway. I don't think I did one, did I? Did I do a giveaway for the juiced, not juiced? I feel like I didn't. Yeah, but you can give me 4 players here. Go ahead, give me 4 players, and I will figure out the juiced, not juiced giveaway here. Candace, I got your $10 Venmo, thank you. Alright, so juice guesses are going to get a chance here for the giveaway. Alright, Jayhawk, I got you. I've got Steve. I've got Stacy. Jesse. Dudley, Shauna, Alec, and Jeff. Hawk, I got you. I've got June and Jeff S. The Hoff. Alright. All those names going into random.org. And I'm going to have this be a 50-50 chance at a box of mystery or an autograph pack of cards. Alright. 50-50 here. 5 times. There's 6 and 7 times. Jesse, you're going to have a 50-50 chance here at an auto or a whammy. Alright, so 50-50 chance here. Where is this? That was this break. Alright, Jeff. Or Jesse, sorry, Jesse. 50-50 chance here at an auto or a whammy. Alright, Jesse. Silver or gold? Let it be known which one you would like, Jesse. Everybody else, you can start putting those guesses if you haven't already. 4 NFL players. Alright, Jesse. Silver or gold? Either a whammy or an auto. Going with the silver. Silver or gold. Silver or gold. Alright, Jesse. That means you passed up on the gold. And inside of gold was the hobby pack with the guaranteed auto. Alright, so you missed out on the hobby pack guaranteed autograph. Could have 1 auto and 1 mem, or 2 autos in there, actually. Alright, Jesse. That means you got a whammy. Alright, so inside of here, Jesse, how about your very own pair of Heinz ketchup socks? Don't fall behind. Ketchup! Alright, Jesse, those bad boys coming your way. You are welcome. Alright. We know we're using jerseys 2 and 3. Like I said, last from this whole series. We don't know what mini helmet we're going to use. Box 2 is on the table. We also have 3. That's a 3 there. 5, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. 7 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, box 3. So let's make a swap there. Box 3 is going to come on. Give me a second to grab that. Alright, box 3 is coming on. Box 3. Adios, number 2. All right, in our break, we have Candace with the Arizona Cardinals, David with the Atlanta Falcons, Paul's got the Baltimore Ravens, William has the Buffalo Bills, Candace with the Carolina Panthers. We have Alec in the house with the Bears, Mike has the Bungles, Paul's got the Brownies, Aaron's got the Boys, Jeff has the Broncos. We've got Mason in the house with the Lions and the Packers. Mike has the Texans, Angela with the Colts, William has the Jags, Daniel's got the Chiefs, Case has the Raiders, Candace with the Chargers and the Rams, Scott's got the Dolphins, Stacy with the Vikes, we've got Case with the Pats, Candace with the Saints, Paul's got the Giants, David with the Jets, Daniel with the Fly, Eagle Fly. Candace has the better of the teams with the Steelers, David with the Niners, Thomas with the Seahawks, Paul with the Bucks, David with the Titans, and Mike sitting on the commode. That's awesome, Jake. June, I got you in there. Alright, for those that are new, welcome. I've got, my daughter makes almost all these good luck charms. Here we go. Here's hot dog Frank. Here we go. Big it. Oh yeah. Nom 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 nom. Hot dog Frank. Alright, this is box 2. This is the variety. I'm hoping the next one's not like this, but it's give it a cut and just rip the hell out of it. So there's a cut there. Alright. We have a kicker. We have a kicker. How about a little Brandon Aubrey? Brandon Aubrey coming out of here for the Dallas Cowboys. Alright, so that is Beckett authenticated for one of the most accurate, top 5 most accurate kickers in the history of the NFL. Alright, so Brandon Aubrey to the Cowboys. And Dallas in our break is Aaron. Aaron with his second hit of the night. Congrats, Aaron. Brandon Aubrey jersey. Alright, Aaron. Beckett on your authentication. I think we actually pulled Aubrey a week or 2 ago in the 3 jersey Raz. Alright, box 3. Box 3. Hot dog Frank. Alright, secondary seal. Show that off. Give that a cut. Well, now this one's really in there. Well, that says football jersey. That is clearly not a football jersey. That is John Smoltz. Very apropos, but not a football jersey. And guess what? That was the last one from the whole freaking series, which is a good thing because RSA messed up again. Alright, so I have a solution. We are going to use a Gold Rush black back jersey, and I'm going to use the very first photo that's on the very top of here, and so we'll have a bonus item in here. It'll be a photo and a jersey in this break. Alright, so photo and jersey in this break. Way to go, Gold Rush. He's also a good football player. Jeez. Alright. So, a little bonus love here. So we'll figure out what jersey's coming out of here. Alright, so the jersey, this jersey replaces that one, plus we're adding a little extra here in an 8x10 photo. Alright, so here we go. This football jersey is... Alright, how about this? Former first-round draft pick from the Raiders. We have Tyree Wilson. Tyree Wilson for the Raiders. Alright, that is a Raiders hit. And that'll go out to Case. Alright, Case. That is Beckett authenticated on a Tyree Wilson jersey. that's the jersey. And then a little bonus extra here. All right, this is an 8x10 photo. Well, this is something. He is a teammate of Tyree Wilson right now, but it is going to be a Steelers hit. We have Kenny Pickett, great quarterback at the University of Pittsburgh. Since traded 3 times, but hey, Tyree Wilson's teammate now. Kenny Pickett right there. And that'll go out to the Steelers and Candace. Candace, there you go, former Eagle, Super Bowl champion with Candace and Daniel's Fly Eagle Fly. Yes, Shaggy, seriously. Alright, Kenny Pickett to the Steelers. Alright, guys. Sorry about that. Obviously, that's out of my hands. Don't know. That was interesting. Alright, box 3. Let's get Spoonie out there to get a little magic here. Box 3. Here we go. Good luck, everybody. Here's the front. Here's the back. There's 1. Here's 2. We're at 3. Ooh, we have a specialty helmet coming out of here. Alright, former first-round draft pick from one of the loaded drafts of all time. That 1983 draft. We have a Jets. Look at this. Look at this. That is a flash helmet of Ken O'Brien. Ken O'Brien on a Jets flash helmet. Alright, so that is a Ken O'Brien Jets helmet right there. Big Sig. Beckett authenticated. And that'll go out to David. David is on the board tonight. Congratulations, David. All right, Ken O'Brien. It's a pretty helmet. Alright. Did anybody guess any of these names? I'm going to guess if someone guessed, it would actually have been Pickett. Oh, Shaggy with the Pickett guess. Look at that. Shaggy with the Pickett guess. Alright. Shaggy. Did anybody else guess anybody? Wilson would have been a tough one. Alright. I got Smoltz. That'd have been amazing. That would have been awesome. Alright, Shaggy. No whammies for you, Shagster. No whammies. All hits here. All hits for the Shaggerino. Alright, Shaggy. Are you going to go silver, gold, or the Popo? Alright, Shaggy, it's all you. Alright, Shaggy, going please. So in here, there's a hanger. There's a hobby, and there are 2 hobby packs. 1 hanger, 2 hobby. Alright, you passed up on silver. Silver has one of the hobby packs. A guaranteed auto hobby pack. So you missed out on this guy right there with at least 1 auto. This was the only guaranteed auto pack. Alright, then in the gold, this is the hanger, a 35 card Topps Heritage 2023 hanger. Alright, so we kind of stop on that. Here is the other hobby pack. We have a 2021 Topps Heritage Minor League hobby pack. So these are actually all minor league cards, which I actually like this product a lot. It's one of the more underrated products in the hobby, in my estimation. Alright, let's see if we can pull a sweet auto rookie for you even. I really like the minor league. Right, there is a little off color in the middle. Avon Johnson. I love it in the minor league uniforms. There's a Daytona Tortugas. The Greensboro Grasshoppers. Like Quinn Priester. There you go. Nice picture. Cole Rodover. Miguel Amaya. Tennessee Smoky. Look at that, Spencer Torkelson. That's a nice looking card right there, Spencer Torkelson. Pretty basic, but I like it. Well, Spencer Torkelson. Keone Cavaco. Andre Nebby. Don't be Nebby. And we have a Gunnar Henderson rookie. Look at that. That is awesome. That's a huge pull right there. A Gunnar Henderson rookie. All right. GCL Orioles. That is a draft pick. That might be one of his first cards ever. Gunnar Henderson. Before he ever played, he played 29 minor league games in 2019 with them. All right. That's cool. Gunnar Henderson. Shaggy, you are welcome. Alright. The only break I'm going to do all night without a giveaway. But it is a fun break. It is a popular break. It is the 3 Jersey Raz break. 3 Jersey Raz break. I always say it's the fan favorite, the popular. So the way this works for those that are new, inside of the box you see on the table, there is not 1, there is not 2, but 3 jerseys. One of them is guaranteed to come from the left-hand side you see here. So from Allen Iverson all the way to Vincent LaRusso. All right. So there are 3 jerseys in here. All right. Sometimes we get 2 jerseys that match our list. Sometimes it's rare, but we have had 3 jerseys that match our list. All right. No matter what, guaranteed to get at least 1. All right. All 3 will be Johnny Smoltz. Alright, we got to figure out what box we're going to use. We have boxes 4, 6, and 7. 4, 6, and 7 are the possibilities here. 4 is our placeholder. 1, 6, and 7. 1 time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, box 4, the one that's out there, it's rock and roll time. Alright, guys. In our break, we have, by the way, say we pull out of here a James Cook. Mike W is going to be really happy. But then say we pull out of here a, I don't know, Jason Kidd. Jason Kidd is not on our list. But we would razz off that jersey, and all 35 names would have a chance, including any name that we pull out of here already, say that James Cook. So every name has a possibility of getting up to 2 hits. Just as a 4-1-1 on that. But here we go. Jake has Allen Iverson. Michael's got Brett Hall. Daniel's got Charlie, a.k.a. Winning Sheen. We've got the president stumbling all over himself. We've got the Ford man, Chevy Chase, going out to George. Dan the Man Marino wearing his gloves. Isotoners going out to Mike. The Worms going out to June. Dick Butkus, and a little acting going in there to Mike. Ed O'Neill, the actor, going out to Rick. Emmett Smith, the all-time great, to Jeff. Fernando Tatis Jr. going out to Maris. Frank Thomas, the late-night commercial Big Hurt, going out to Mike. James cooking a real good dinner for the Buffalo Bills to Mike. Jeremy Roenick to Candace. Thank you for picking up that last second good luck break spot. Jim Kelly, aka the winner. Well, except for wide right. Going out to Jake. Joe, the GOAT, before we knew what a GOAT was, Montana. John, well, he's always pulling a prank. Cruck, best damn sports show was unbelievable. One of the most underrated sports shows of all time. Johnny Cruck. That is going out to Daniel. Johnny Smoltz. We're going to pull 3 of those for George. Dr. J with the dunk for Roman. JJ going out to Daniel. Bird to Tom. We've got LT to Jeff. Don't break any of these. We've got LaShawn McCoy. Shady to Daniel. Michael Penix Jr. Don't take his words out of quotes. To Jesse. Coach Ditka. To Jake. Peter Rose, the gambling man, to George. Ray, don't kill me now. Lewis to Case. The whole Red Sox, the bad boys of 2004, to George. We've got Ricky 420 to Robert. Slam and Sammy to Rick. The Sandlot cast. Oh yeah, you're killing me, Smalls. To Rick. The Sandlot cast to George. Sorry about that. The Diesel to Trace. Sean Kemp couldn't palm a basketball. Fun fact, Sean Kemp could not palm a basketball. He had to use his arm to hook it. That one is going out to Trace as well. The Shagsters got Trae Young. Really bad trade. So in his career, Luka Doncic has been in 2 really bad trades. The first one, and ironically, traded for 2 potential future Hall of Famers, and both were really bad trades. First one was for Trae Young. Second one for AD. And then we've got Jake with Troy Polamalu and Roman with Vincent LaRusso. And that just tells you everything you need to know. 2 future Hall of Famers and might still go down as terrible trades. Alright, guys. Let's do it. Let's get our game on. Have some pizza right there. Box 4. Box 4 is sealed up all the way around. Let's pull some heat. Let's see what we got. Good luck, everybody. Box 4. Alright. What is that? USA. USA. We have a hockey. No, this is too thin for hockey. Oh, a track jersey. Oh, I know this one. That is awesome. We have a USA track jersey. This is the great Carl Lewis. Carl Lewis track jersey for USA. We'll actually razz that off. All 35 names will have a chance at that. That's really cool. Carl Lewis. Ooh, and I think we're going to have 2 hits, guys. I think we have 2 hits coming our way. All right, our first hit is a Hall of Fame legend from the University of Pittsburgh. We have tight end Mike Ditka. Coach Ditka coming out of there. There we go. Legend himself, Mike Ditka. And that is a JSA authentication. We ain't here to cause no trouble. We're just here to have Mike Singletary do the Super Bowl shuffle. All right. Coach Ditka on the hit. All right. Coach Ditka. Alright, that is the first hit, Mike Ditka. That is Jake. Congratulations, Jake. Our next hit is there is another hit. It's a big one. It's a big one. From the Slam Diego Padres, we have outfielder Fernando Tatis Jr. Look at that, Fernando Tatis Jr. on a Slam Diego jersey. Slam Diego Padres. So instead of San Diego, they called him Slam Diego. Alright, that is a Maris hit. Maris, congratulations, JSA, on your authentication. Alright. We have only 1 jersey to razz off. It is a Carl Lewis jersey. This is really neat. Alright, so we have a neat Carl Lewis jersey to razz off. Don't see that every day. Alright, all 35 names going to have equal op here. 7 times. All right, there's 1. There are 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6. One more makes it 7. Here we go. Frank Thomas, the Big Hurt. All right, whoever had Frank Thomas is going to get it. And that is Mike B. All right, welcome back, Mike B. All right, Mr. Barr, you have a little Frank Thomas love. Or Frank Thomas is bringing some love in the form of Carl Lewis, JSA. There's a look at your SIG right there. That is cool. JSA bringing the USA. All right, Mike. All right. Our next break. Gonna be some multi-sport love. We're gonna do not 1, but 2 cards from the National. So it'll be 2 of these paired up with a jersey and a photo. All right, for this, everybody in the chat, you know how this works. Put 1 letter from the alphabet. That's all you have to do. If you match up with any of the 4 items, you have a chance here at a box of mystery. All right. This is for the photo. Let's figure that out first. Brand new case. All right, let me get a marker. Mark this up. All right, cheat sheet up top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, I'm gonna start numbering these for you guys. We have 1. This will be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here we go, box 10. Alright, so 10. And the other 9 we'll just put all back here. Alright, 1 through 10 right there. Let's figure out what photo we'll use. Alright, 7 times. Top number will be the photo we use in this break. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Photo number 2. Photo number 2. Let's cross that off our cheat sheet. And photo 2. We'll actually put this back here, save that for possibly later. So here we are, photo 2. Now we have to figure out the jersey. We have box 2 as our placeholder. We also have 5 and 7. 2, 5, and 7 are possibilities here for our multi-sport jersey. 2, 5, and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. All right, box 7. Oh wait, no. I'm wrong. Which break is this? There. No, this. That was 6 times. To do it 7 times. It is box 5. Box 5. Apologize, but I always want to be consistent. All right, so box 5. Let me cross out the cheat sheet and grab box 5. There's box 5. Adios, numero dos. All right, so 5 going over here. Now we got to figure out the cards. I have 1 and 2 as the placeholders. We also have 4, 7, 8, and 9. Alright, so 1, 2, 4, 7, 8, 9. 2, 3, 4, 5. Top two numbers here. 6 and 7 times. 7 and 8. 7 and 8. Alright, so these guys right there, 7 and 8. Take 1 and 2 off. I also had 4 and 9. Alright, guys. Last call on those guesses. You're just giving me, if you haven't put a guess in yet, give me one letter from the alphabet, put it in the chat. We have to figure out what letters everybody's going to get now. Alright, 7 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. June will have the letter A. And Daniel, you're going to get the letter Z. Alright, guys. Let me go back. Paste these and give it a refresh. Alright, guys. June, you're going to have the letter A. Aaron, B. And C. We have Daniel with D. Paul has E. Jake has F. Aaron has G. Jake has H. Jason has I. Roman's got J. Candace has K. Steve has L. Daniel has M. Mark has N. Steve has O. David's got P. Jennifer's got Q. Jake has R. June has S. Chris has T. We have Maris with V. Jeff with Maris with U. Jeff with V. We've got Dave with W. Paul with X. Roman's got Y. And Daniel's sleeping on the Z's. Alright, guys. No more guesses on this. And we're going to get right into it. Right into this one, guys. B is for trade. Dallas Mavericks losing another one. Jeez. Alright, not seeing any trade offers, Jeff, so I'm going to move along. Let's go. Good luck, everybody. We'll start out 2, 5, and then 7 and 8. Alright, guys. Let's get the game on with this. Box 2. Box 2 sealed up there. Crossing its way path. Maybe later. Alright, guys. We have in Iowa State. Alright, we have Georges Niang. Georges Niang. Now, he is a former 76er. I think he's now playing overseas, but he had a long career in the NBA as a backup, mostly center, some power forward. But he had like I want to say like an 8-10 year career in the NBA. Georges Niang. Niang? Was it Niang or Niang? Steve might know better how to pronounce it, but it's a pretty decent backup career in the NBA. Georges Niang. Niang. All right, there we go. Maybe if Steve would have it. All right, Georges Niang, and that is going out to Mark. There you go, Mark. Georges. I actually have a coworker whose name is Georges, and it's a female. I just thought that was a fun fact. Alright, guys, game 1. This is Jersey 5 multi-sport. You can see the love down there. Give it a cut across the top. Alright. We have... Alright. Speaking of names that are interesting the way to pronounce, this is a Patriots jersey, but it doesn't matter because it is pronounced Uche. Uche. He's not a Patriot anymore, but it is going to be a hit for the letter U. All right, so Joshua Uche he's an Eagle. I thought he was an Eagle. All right, so and was a Chief last year. He's like, I don't like losing the Super Bowl. I'm signing with the Eagles. All right, so Joshua Uche, and that is the letter U, and that is a hit for Maris. The letter U coming up big on this one. There we go. right. Beckett authenticated for the letter U. All right, guys, here we go. The National, 7 and 8. We could have had 6, 7, but 7, 8's better. All right, 7. All right. Giving this a cut down. We'll get into the card momentarily, but this is box 7. Box 7, this is the sealed up. We're going to give this a rip. Alright, we have... Alright, look at this. An autograph, and I'm not sure if it's a rookie. It is a rookie card. It is Tim Hardaway Sr., not the young one. This is going to be the letter H, and it has Hall of Fame inscription on there even. But this is an auto, PSA authenticated, Tim Hardaway autographed rookie. All right, so Tim Hardaway, this is a 1990? Yes, 1990 autograph rookie card right there from the Warriors. All right, so the letter H, Jake. There you go, a little Timmy. Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway. Tim Hardaway, and that is... Hardaway is... Sorry, I'm trying to just think out loud here. H. Jake. Slap. Alright. Here we go. Box 8. Sealed up. Alright guys, let's go. Alright, we're going to give this a cut down, I guess would be the best way. Or rip down. Alright, here we go. Come on. Alright. Another rated rookie. I just think he's got potential, but I think his time is running out, unfortunately. But this is going to be the letter F. We have Justin Fields. Justin Fields coming out of there. Jake, back-to-back hits. Justin Fields, rated rookie right there. All right, Justin Fields. Like I said, I really like... I feel like he just falls... Something falls short with his game. I'm not sure what it is. And don't say talent, because that's the obvious answer. But he's got some of the intangibles that you want. Oh. Alright. So, we have Justin Fields and Tim Hardaway slabs to Jake, little Georges Niang to Mark, and a Joshua Uche to Maris. And you know what? I am going to go with all the letters guessed, and I'm going to do 2 giveaways in this one. We'll do a double giveaway. So we have Jake, so we have the letters F, H, N, U. F, H, N, U. David. Alright, let's see. What letters again? These are not always our typical letters. F, H, N, and U. F, H, N, and U. Alright, F. Alright, Jesse has F. H, N, and U. Well, Steve has H. I think those are the only correct guesses, actually. Jesse and Steve. So I said I'd do 2 giveaways, and I think you both are getting a giveaway. Because I think you 2 are the only correct guesses. Alright, Jesse and Steve. Alright, there'll be 2 hits, 1 whammy out there. 2 hits, 1 whammy. Hits. Alright. Jesse and Steve, you guys can each pick a box of mystery. Jesse going with the shark. Steve, which one would you like? We've got flowers and we've got gold. Flowers it is. Alright, you guys both passed up on the whammy. Alright, inside the whammy, this was another gift from Aaron. This is a limited edition Hot Wheel. And check out this red line Mustang Boss Hoss. So this limited edition Hot Wheel is not going out today. Or at least not yet. Alright, Steve, going with some flowers. Alright, the flower power is, how about this? This is a mega pack with from 2025 with a 50-50 chance at an auto. 50-50 chance, Steve. Alright. Alright, there's a Landon Jackson, Devin Neal, a James Pierce Jr., Quali Conley, Jalen Royals, Matthew Golden, Pack Attack, Seth Hennigan. You have a Tyler Warren, nice looking card. A Deontay Vines. There's an auto. We'll skip it. You do have an auto. Phil Mayfa and Deontay Vines. And your auto is a Tawi Walker. Tawi Walker coming out of there. Alright, so Tawi Walker is your auto. Nice looking card of Tawi Walker. Tawi Walker. Alright, Steve, congrats. Nice little rookie in there as well. Lano. You are welcome. Alright, Jesse. Jesse, check this out. You just got yourself a hanger baseball pack. Alright, so a little hanger love of baseball. Alright, so this is a 2023 hanger. And I don't know if this is the way it's supposed to be, but the cards are not sealed up. I don't know if that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's coming, but I did see it. There's a patch in there, so. Alright, we'll see. That is a Martin Perez. There is a Jeremy Pena little patch. It actually says game used memorabilia as opposed to being player worn. It actually says game used memorabilia right there. So, hey, let's take that. That's pretty cool. Game used. All right, we'll take that. Jose Butto, Carlos Santana, Charlie Blackmon, Nick Senzel, David Villar, Rafael Ortega, Byron Buxton, Starling Marte Parte, Matthew Batten, batting down the hatches. Manny Machado and Rafael Devers. Drew Waters, or Waiters. Israel Pineda. Hunter Brown, rookie. Nice pull. Aaron Judge and Kyle Schwarbdaddy. Miguel Andujar. Cesar Hernandez. Dalton Varsho. Mike Yastrzemski. Keegan Thompson. Brian Bello. Dominic Smith. Miles Mikolas. Carlos Rodon. Graham Ashcraft. Spencer Torkelson. Luis Severino. Cody Bellinger. Randall Grichuk. Alexis Diaz. Franklin Germain. Bo Bouchette. And Rowdy Tellez. But I still like to go back to that one right there. Jeremy Pena, game used card. And you are welcome. Alright. Jesse, those are all coming your way. Alright. It's time. And you know what? I think it's time for a banger. Let's get Immortal. Let's do it, guys. And by the way, you guys talked me into it. I have a few more of these coming next week. So I hunkered down and we'll do a few more of these. So I got a few more coming next week. So we'll do one of these actually next Friday as well. So if you like this product, we'll do it again next Friday. Alright, guys. In this break, I have not seen it actually, Jake, and I'll tell you what, I've been so much on the road I haven't followed it. I apologize. I have not. Alright, guys. On the table is box 1 of 100. It is the box we're going to be using. It's that box is the only one I currently actually have here at Period. But I do have some more coming. I'm going to have everybody out there. You are going to give me one NFL division. One NFL division, and it's for the helmet and helmet only. Alright, so one NFL division, helmet and helmet only. We have to figure out a jersey. Alright, we have to figure out a jersey. We have box number 1 coming to the table. Black bag jersey number 1. The guess again is for the helmet and helmet only. Let's figure out what jersey we'll use. 1 is on the table. 1, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There are also possibilities. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1 time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, box number 8. Box number 8 for the black bag. And give me a second here. We just did box number 8. This is black bag. It is this break. Alright, box 8. Let me grab that on the bottom. Alright, there it is. Number 8. Number 1, adios. Alright. In our break, we have Sarah with the Cardinals. Aaron has the Falcons. Paul's got the Ravens. James Earl Jones with the Buffalo Bills. Canis with the Panthers. Aaron's got the Bears. George has the Bungles. Mike with the Browns. Jeff has the Boys and the Broncos. William's got the Lions. Mason with the Pack Attack. Jeff has the Texans and the Colts. Alec in the house with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Mark has the Chiefs. Peace with the Raiders. Sarah's going with the Chargers. Alyssa in the house with the Rams. Dave's got the Dolphins. Stacy with the Vikes. Dave's got the Pats. Canis with the Saints. Jeff has the Giants. Mike has the Jets. Daniel with the Fly Eagle Fly. Canis with the Steelers. June with the Niners. Thomas with the Seahawks. Case has the Bucks. Chris has the Titans. And Mike sitting on the commode. Alright, guys. I'm calling no more guesses here. And remember, the guesses are for the helmet and helmet only for the guesses here. let's use a little duck glove. Yeah, why not? A little duck on wheels. Good luck charm. This is box number 8, black bag number 8. Give that a cut across the top. Seeing some 49er love. All right, great catch coming your way. How about a little John Taylor? John Taylor from the 49ers. All right, wide receiver from the 80s. Jonathan Taylor, Super Bowl champion. San Francisco treat. June, this will be yours. Beckett authenticated John Taylor. 49ers on the board. All right, so that is Beckett. Beckett on the hit. John Taylor, 49ers. All right, June. All right, now we're looking for a whopper of a hit. Get all that tasty, yummy goodness out there. Again, this is the first one from their whole series. Box number 1. Box 1. Sealed up. All right. Immortal Collection. Alright, and we'll just give it a, well, use the sharp end and it'll actually cut. See how it didn't cut. Take that out of there. Alright guys, sealed up. Looking delightful. One cut across. Here's another. And I should show the bottom. Also sealed up, so lots of seals on this product here. Alright. There we go. Oh, there we go. This guy's battled some injuries this year. It's an active football player. Battled some injuries. But let's see. Let's see. Oh, this is sharp. Look at this. Look at this from the Washington Commanders. Look at that. We have wide receiver Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin on a beautiful, beautiful, look at that burgundy Commander helmet right there. Some stripes on the back. Oh, that's a beaut. Look at that authentic Commander's flash helmet right there. Mike W., what a hit. Terry McLaurin, what a hit. What a hit. That is a pretty helmet. Sorry, Daniel. No. That'll be an NFC East for the guessing. NFC East for the guessing. George, you've got the correct guess. In fact, George has the only correct guess. If I missed somebody, let me know, but I think George might have the only correct guess on that. That is a sweet, sweet looking helmet. Alright, I think, George, you might be the only one, but we'll find out. If I miss somebody, let me know. Alright, we just put that there for now. We'll have some trash, we'll have some police, and we'll have a golden egg. Is that enough? That is a nice looking helmet. Alright, George, go ahead and make a selection. Going with the egg. You got it, George. Alright. Passed up on the police. Inside of the police was the Hunchback of Notre Dame card. So you missed out on the whammy. Hunchback of Notre Dame card. So that was the whammy. Then you passed up on the trash. And inside the trash was the big one. A jumbo 2024 Donruss Optic Pack. So a jumbo Donruss Optic Pack. That was the big one. Alright, George. Coming out of here, how about this though? A Donruss Elite 2025 pack. Alright, so that's still a pretty good opportunity here. And these are mega packs for what it's worth. There's a nice quarterback right there. Alright, there's a T-Law. Alvin Kamara. How about a little Jordan Love? A couple nice quarterbacks so far, and a Kamara. How about a little Brian Branch and a Spellbound Justin Herbert. A little E for Herbie. All right, not too bad. Three pretty good quarterbacks. Three former first-round draft pick quarterbacks. How about some basketball? Let me refresh that so the king spot shows up. Alright, guys. For this, you guys are going to give me two NBA teams. Any two NBA teams. If it comes out of the jersey or the basketball, you're going to get a chance at a box of mystery. We know it's box 4. Last one from the case for the basketball. We don't know is what jersey we're going to use. We have box 1. Box 1 is a placeholder. We also have boxes 3, 4, and 5. 1, 3, 4, and 5 are possibilities here, guys. So 1, 3, 4, and 5. One time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Box 3 for the jersey. So box 3 will be our jersey. Alright, so coming on here, box numero 3. Adios, box 1. Alright. In our break, we got David with the Hawks, Thomas with the Celtics, Chris has the Nets and the Hornets. What up, Alec? You are going for the doubles. Steve has the Cavs, Jennifer with the Mavs, Aaron has the Nugs, Jennifer with the Pistons, George with the Warriors, Jennifer with the Rockets, Chris has the Pacers, Jake with the Clip Show, George has the Lake Show, Aaron has the Grizz, Jennifer has the Heat and the Bucks, Paul's with the Wolves, Mark with the Pels, Jeff has the Knickerbockers, Jennifer with the Thunder from Down Under, Aaron's got the Magic, Daniel's with the Sixers, Aaron's got the Suns, Jake with the Blazers, Andrew's got the Kings, Chad with the Spurs, Mark's got the Rap Show, Chad's got the Jazz, and Mark has the Wizards. Last call on the guesses. By the way, if you like these breaks, feel free to hit that like button. I appreciate it. Now, if you don't already subscribe to the channel, please do. It'll help remind you the next time we get started to join in the break room as well. Thanks, guys. I think there's like some kind of bell thing. I don't know how that all works. Alright, no more guesses. No more guesses, friends. Let's use... Alright, let's use Knuckles. Alright, good luck trying Knuckles. This is box 3. Box 3 right there. Alright, so we can see this is sealed up. All the way around. Cut. Secondary seal right there. We have from the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix Suns. Amari Stoudemire. Amari Stoudemire coming out of here. Alright, so Amari Stoudemire for the Suns. Alright, so Phoenix Suns. Aaron on the hat trick. Aaron, congratulations. Amari Stoudemire. Beckett authenticated. Man, was he good with the Suns. He had some good years with the Knicks, but he was really good with the Phoenix Suns. Ugh. Alright, nice hit right there. Amari Stoudemire. Alright, Suns are going to get somebody giveaway if they put that guess in. Alright, this is box 4. Box 4, guys. Sealed up. Alright, it's the seal going all the way through. Bottom, back. Here's a cut. One more. Give it a pop up. Going across. We go. Ooh, a Hall of Famer. Hall of Famer coming out of here. Alright, we have a Hall of Famer. Alright. We have a Wilson authenticated basketball from the Detroit Pistons. Hall of Fame guard, Joe Dumars. Joe Dumars. By the way, that is Beckett on the authentication right there. Beckett authenticated Joe Dumars. Joe Dumars. Alright, so Joe Dumars for the Pistons. Jennifer! Jennifer, congratulations. Alright, Jennifer. And that is Detroit. Alright, so if you guess Pistons or Suns, you're going to have a chance here for a giveaway. Alright, Pistons and Suns. I see Jeff S. with the Suns as a guess. And that could be the only correct guess. Am I correct? Is that the only Pistons or Suns guess? Alright, Jeff. Jeff has Shauna. Alright, you know what? I'll give you each something. Shauna and Jeff, you each will get a box of mystery. How about that? Shauna and Jeff getting some love here. Do it that way. Alright, Shauna and Jeff. Each of you can have a box of mysteries. Why not? Alright, we have some trash. We have some police. And we have some golden love. Alright, Shauna and Jeff S., go ahead and make a selection. Jeff is going with the police. Shauna's going for some trash. Put your name on this. Alright, guys. You both passed up on the golden egg. The golden egg had a pack of Monopoly Prism. Alright, so Monopoly Prism. Both missed out on that. Shauna, you went with the trash. And inside of here, not one, but 2 packs of cards. So Chronicles 21, 22, and NBA Hopes Gravity 24, 25. Alright, so 2 packs coming your way, Shauna. Alright, Shauna, let's do the newer and go older. Here's Gravity 425. NBA Hoop. Oops, there it is. Josh Hart. Domantas Sabonis. Jaime, I can't even talk. Jaquez. We have a Yao Ming. A Yao Ming insert, actually. Or no, just end card. And Ivica Zubac. Former Laker turned stud with the clip show. Alright, that's your first pack, Shauna. Your second pack, Chronicles 21, 22. There's a Joel Embiid Prestige. How about Josh Christopher, rookie? Ja Morant Playbook. How about that? It's a nice rookie right there. Cade Cunningham on an absolute rookie. Nice looking Evan Mobley rookie. Kyrie Irving. And a Chris Stewart rookie. But there you go. Mobley and Cade Cunningham for the W on some nice rookies right there. Alright, Shauna. And then Jeff. Oh, Jeff. The Whammy King is back. He's back. Hey, Jeff. 'Tis the season for a Hallmark keepsake Christmas ornament. Season treatings. Little s'mores keep you warm and toasty. Alright, these Hallmark Christmas ornament coming your way. Alright, Jeff. Season's treatings. Hey, always enjoy it. Alright, guys. I'm trying to think the best way to do this. I think let's do football. Let's do football again. Because we have 2 more football breaks, 1 baseball, and 1 figurine. Alright, cheers indeed. Alright, guys. For this, I want you to tell me what team you're going to list. 2 teams. 2 teams. If it comes out of the helmet, 2 teams, helmet only. Helmet only. And it's this helmet as well. It's the last one from the case, box 3. 2 teams, 1 line. If you guess correctly for the helmet, automatically going to pick a box of mystery. So that's all you have to do. Give 2 teams helmet only. Everybody that guesses correctly from the helmet will get a box of mystery. Alright, jersey time. I have jersey number 1 on the table. We also have numbers 5, 6, and 7. Alright, so 1, 5, 6, 7. One time, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Jersey 1. Alright. Let's go. Good luck, guys. We have Dylan with the Cardinals, George with the Falcons, Case has the Ravens, Dylan with the Bills, Justin has the Panthers, Jesse with the Bears, George has the Bungles, Steve with the Browns, Jeff has the Boys and the Broncos, William with the Lions, Shaggy's got the Pack Attack, Jeff has the Texans and the Colts, Alejandro in the house with the Jags, Dylan's got the Chiefs, Brandon with the Raiders, David's got the Chargers, Jesse with the Rams, Jeff has the Dolphins, Stacy's got the Vikes, Brandon with the Pats, Mark's got the Saints, Jason with the Giants, George has the Jets, Daniel's going fly, Eagle fly, Carl's going a little south of Erie with the Steelers, Dave has the Niners, Thomas with the Seahawks, Jake has the Bucks, David with the Titans, and Jeff is sitting on the commode. Alright, no more guesses here, friends. Alright, remember, the guesses for the full-size helmet only. Full-size helmet only for the guesses. Game on. Game on. Get that pizza right there. Alright, this is box 1. aka Black Bag, jersey 1. Alright, we have former Pro Bowler from the New England Patriots, former Pro Bowl cornerback, J.C. Jackson on a Patriots hit. J.C. Jackson, Beckett authenticated Patriots jersey. Alright, so J.C. Jackson for the Patriots. Alright, that's Brandon for the J.C. Jackson. New England Patriots, J.C. Jackson jersey. Alright. Good luck, everybody. Let's do it. This is for the guests, the Whoppers out there. Box 3, box 3. We are seeing that seal all the way around. There's the front. There's the back. One cut. There's another. Give it a pop up. Let's turn it around. Let's keep that suspense going. Last one from this whole case. All right. All right, here we go. We have a specialty helmet from the New England Patriots, a double hit for the Patriots. We have Dropkick Master Doug Flutie, Boston College's finest, Doug Flutie, on an auto, the color match auto, Beckett authenticated color match auto, Doug Flutie, Flutie Flakes. Alright, Patriots on the hit right there. Doug Flutie, Flutie Flakes. There we go. Alright, so Patriots on the hit. Patriots on both hits. Alright, J.C. Jackson and Doug Flutie. Alright, Patriots guesses. I'm not seeing a Patriots guess. Did I miss it? Any Patriots guesses? No one is right. Alright, so you guys that all guess, gonna have a chance here at a box of mystery. do it this way. It is going to be a 50-50 chance of either being an autograph pack. Alright, so it'll either be an autograph pack, a really, really good autograph pack, or really, really, really a whammy. Alright, so it'll either be an autograph pack or a whammy. And everybody's going to have a chance. So it'll either be Babes or the Police. Babes or Police for this. Oh, Drake May is a beast. Alright, everybody to put a guess in. Seven times. Alright, top name, 7 times. Has to be a name. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more is going to make it 7 times. Thomas Sweeney. Alright, Thomas. You're either going to get a hit or you're going to get a whammy. And a hit potentially is a monster, Thomas. Alright, hit potentially is a monster. Let's see which one Mr. Sweeney picks. Going with the Babes. Alright, Thomas. That means you passed up on the whammy. Alright, so you passed up on the whammy. So no Bucky's bandages coming your way. So that means, Thomas, huge potential. Huge potential for you on the Babes. Inside here is a 2020 pack with a guaranteed auto from a monster draft class. Let's go, Thomas. Let's see if tonight is the night we pull it. Alright. Shane Zylstra, Mason Kinsley, Riley Neal, KJ Hamler, skipping the auto, James Morgan, and a Brian Edwards. And the autograph is a Tavian Feaster. Tavian Feaster coming out. Sure looks like it could have been a Justin Jefferson, but Tavian Feaster is the auto. Alright, so there you go. Unfortunately, nothing huge, but the potential is there. Unfortunately, not this time, though. Alright, Thomas, those cards will be yours. Alright. We have 3 breaks remaining. The football blitz break, a baseball bat, and then we have the figurine break. Let's do the bat break, guys. Let's do the bat break. Alright, I need to refresh that to the Twins show. Alright, for this, you guys give me 5 baseball players, one line. 5 players. If you guess the bat or either baseball, everybody will get a guaranteed giveaway. And you know what? Everybody that guesses correctly, guaranteed to get no whammy as well. Alright. For the baseballs, we have 3, 8, 9, and 10. 3, 8, 9, and 10 are the possibilities for the baseballs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 and 8 are the 2 on the table. There's 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. 3 and 8, the 2 that are out there sticking around a little bit longer. Alright, so 3 and 8. Then I have boxes 1 and 2, 5 and 6. 1, 2, 5, and 6 for the bat, it looks like. 1, 2, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Bat number 1, sticking with what's good. Bat number 1. Alright, so it'll be this guy right here. Bat number 1. Alright, and then let me refresh that so the twins shows up. Alright, guys. In our break, we've got Jake with the Diamondbacks. George has the Braves. Richard's got the O's. Thomas has the Red Sox. June has the Cubs. David with the White Sox. Jeff has the Reds. Jake has the Guardians of the Galaxy. Mark has the Rockies. David with the Tigers. Dudley's got the Astros. Ryan's got the Royals. Jeff has the Angels in the outfield. We've got Case with the Dodgers. Mark has the Marlins. We have Case with the Dodgers. Mark with the Marlins again. Case, I read backwards because Case had the Dodgers and Brewers. Case with the Brewers. Jesse has the Twins. Jason with the Mets. Jason with his Mets, I should word it like that. Case with the Yanks. Jesse with the A's. Jake has the Phillies. Greg in the house with the Pirates. Benny has the Padres. Welcome to the show, Greg and Benny. Zachary's got the Giants. Richard with the M's. Michael's got his Cards. Jesse with the Rays. Jake has the Rangers and the Jays. And Jason's sitting nicely with the Nats. Alright, guys. No more guesses here. Good luck, everybody. Good luck. Alright, Pirates legend, Andrew McCutchen. I didn't put the baseball notes out there. I always like to do that, so just bear with me. We'll have it out there for a second. Box 3, I'll show you that here. My daughter, by the way, at one of the restaurants we were at in National, won me a football duck. So I don't know when she's going to give it to me. I've been traveling all week, so she'll probably give it to me before our next break is my guess. But she won me a football duck in Nashville. Unfortunately, I've barely been home since we got back from our trip because I literally went right back on the road for work within like 6 hours of getting home. So, all right, guys, here we go. This is box 3. Box 3, and we're sealed up over the top, coming around, looking good. Alright, box number 1. Oh, this was 3. First box we're opening, I should say. Cy Young Award winner. Alright, here we go. We have a Rawlings Major League Baseball. We have 1980 American League Rookie of the Year, Joe Carbonneau. Joe Carbonneau on the hit. Alright, Joe Carbonneau is our hit. And doesn't have teams, so we'll go with Joe Carbonneau. Alright, so Joe Carbonneau. Wait, why did that come up like that? There we go. Alright, so it looks like it will be, Cleveland Guardians / Indians, 1980 Rookie of the Year. Great year in 80. Unfortunately, injuries derailed his career. But Joe Carbonneau, Rookie of the Year. Cleveland Guardians on the hit right there, and that is Jake. Guardians of the Galaxy. Mike on top of that. Alright, Joe Carbonneau, Cleveland Guardians of the Galaxy. Let me just mark that down for here, Jake. Alright. Box 8. Box 8. Quack, quack. Sealed up. Yeah. Alright, so our secondary seal up top here. Going around doing his thing. guys. Good luck here. Alright, here we go. We have seen this name, but a very good hitter. And same state. Rawlings, TriStar authenticated Major League Baseball from the Cincinnati Reds. Getting on the board, Adam Dunn. Adam Dunn. And this is Reds Hall of Fame inscription on that. Reds Hall of Fame, Adam Dunn. Alright, Jeff. There you go. The big donkey coming your way. Get you off the schneid. It's the way to get it done. You see what I did there. Alright. This is the barrel. This is the knob, and it is the side with the number on it. Alright. Do a tap with the baseball as well. Alright, guys. Good luck, everybody. One cut down. Another one up that way. Slice, slice. And there we go. Silver Slugger. 9-time All-Star. Alright, here we go. 9-time All-Star. 509 home runs. We have, I think, future Hall of Famer, but it might take him a little while. My favorite right-handed swing. This is a Miami Marlin hit. Miami Marlin, Gary Sheffield. Gary Sheffield coming out of here. Congratulations. Very nice hit. Gary Sheffield. And guys, that is going to go out to Mark. Mark, congratulations. Gary Sheffield on the hit. One of my favorite batters to see swing from the right-handed side, at least in my lifetime. Gary Sheffield. Alright, did we have... I only guess we might have had some Sheffield guesses. Not seeing one. Any dumb guesses? No. Not seeing any correct guesses. Did I miss anybody? Alright, didn't see any correct guesses, but you know what? Let's do that again. 50-50 chance. And we'll do it again. 50-50 chance at an auto or a whammy. Auto or whammy, 50-50. Who is going to get it? Alright, 50-50 at an auto or a whammy. Auto or whammy. Has to be a name. Well, that's not a name. Well, it is a name, but it's not anybody in the break. 7 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Jeff! Alright, Jeff. 50-50 chance here, Mr. Hawks. Or that's Jason. J-Hawk is Jason. Jason, sorry. You know what? I said Jeff as well. You guys... So Jason's going to get one, and Jeff will get the other, because that's my bad. Alright, so Jason, you get to pick. Whatever one you don't pick, Jason, Jeff is going to get instead. Jeff S. Or Jeff H. Oh my god, I'm losing my mind. Jeff H will get the other one. Alright, so someone's getting an auto. Jason. Alright. Alright, Jason, you are getting gold. That means Jeff Hawks is getting silver. Let's see what you passed up on, Jason. Jason, you passed up on silver. Inside of silver is the whammy. Alright, Jeff. Jeff, this guy is coming your way, and yes, this is just for you. Jeff, hey, Adam Dunn took you off the shit list. But for now, there you go. It's dumb, I know. Sorry. That'll come your way, Jeff. Whammy! Alright, here we go, Jason. Jason, you got the guaranteed auto. Could be one auto and one mem, or it could be two autos coming out of here for you, Jason. Alright, here we go. It's this packer right here. Alright, guaranteed auto for Jason. Alright, Jason. Looks like you have two autos coming out of here. You sure do. One's an on card. Alright. Joshua Baez out of $9.99. And then out of $180, you have a Tyler McDonough. Tyler McDonough coming out of there. Then you have another Tyler McDonough. A couple of Red Sox prospect Tyler McDonoughs. And then here's your first auto, Jacob Steinmetz. Jacob Steinmetz, Arizona Diamondback. And then you have an international prospect on card, Miguel Tamarez. Miguel Tamarez. All right, and that is an on card, not numbered, but Miguel Tamarez, autograph on card rookie, Dominican prospect. So he's a very young player, even in 2021 when this series came out. Don't know a lot. Let me see if I can find anything about Miguel Tamarez. Miguel Tamarez. I'm not seeing a whole lot. Rays prospect. He's a Tampa Bay Ray prospect. Miguel Tamarez. Tampa Bay Ray prospect. Jacob Steinmetz. Not sure on Jacob Steinmetz. Jacob is an Arizona Diamond prospect as well. All right. There we go. Hey, you're welcome. You never know with those international ones. 5 years from now, you could be the the next, I don't know, Luis Soho. Juan Soto or Luis Soho. Alright, guys. 2 more breaks left. 2 more breaks. We have the figurine break, and then we have the Blitz break, which we'll end the night with since it's coming out of a new case. Alright, so figurine break time. Alright, so it's 1 photo, 1 figurine, and then 1 jersey. Alright, for this, just feel free to give me 1 letter from the alphabet. That's all you guys have to do for this. 1 letter from the alphabet. We'll start out with the photo. We have photo number 2 as the only one that's missing. Alright, photo 2 is missing. So we have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 7 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, we're going to use photo number 4. Photo number 4. So let me cross that out. Photo 4. That guy right there. Jersey-wise, we have 1 on the table. We also have 2, 3, and 5. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. 5 is going to be the one we use. Box number 5 for figurine break. Alright, so coming on here, box 5. Adios numero 1. Alright, then for the figurine, we have boxes 1 and 7 left. 1 and 7 are left from the case. 1 and 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright, box 7. We'll make that swap. Right, 2 breaks remaining. This one and 1 more, guys. Box 7. Box 1 coming off. And those that are aware, our next break will be next Friday. And I will have the stuff on the site within a few minutes. We will do the sneaker break next Friday. So if you're looking forward to that, be on the lookout as well. Alright. Oops, let me go back. I have to grab the names. The names are going to be randomized now. Alright. This was a 7 time. Daniel had the letter A. George the letter Z. Let's get some trouble out of this. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alright. Copy that. Go in. Paste it. And let's give it a refresh. Alright guys, in this break, George has the letter A, Jake has B, George has C, Michael's got D, George has E and F, Jake has G, George has H, Maris has I, George has J, K, L, Jennifer has M. We are looking at something nice for George with the letter N. David's got O, maybe a Shaq Diesel. Aaron's got P, Paul's got Q, Daniel's got R, George has S, Canis has T, Chris has U, Jake has V, George has W, Aaron has X, Canis has Y, and George sleeping on the Z. Alright guys. No more guesses. Alexander Ovechkin or Shaq O'Neal? I'd take it. Bobby Orr. Alright. Let's go. Let's go. Let's use Life is like a box of mystery. Never know what you're going to get. Alright, box 4. Alright, so we're just going to rip it. See what we got. Well, this guy's from the O, but unfortunately, his last name starts with a D. J.K. Dobbins. J.K. Dobbins on the hit. Alright, so the letter D. Nice looking photo. Michael. Nice hit right there. J.K. Dobbins. Yeah, I heard he got injured, actually. Was it in practice? Because I didn't know he was hurt, and then I just got a notification today. Because I have the backup who was like a rookie or something. I'm just saying. I got lucky. Alright. Here we go. Jersey. We're going to give this a cut right there. Eddie Belfour. Hall of Fame goaltender, Eddie Belfour. Eddie the Eagle. Alright, so Ed Belfour, Eddie the Eagle. JSA authenticated for that Chicago Blackhawk jersey. Alright, so Eddie the Eagle. And that is Jake. Oh, David Ortiz is a good call, actually. Ed Belfour. Jake having a pallet kind of night. Alright, Jake, congrats. JSA again. Eddie the Eagle. Alright. Box 7. Alright. Again, sealed up this best way as usual. Go right down. Can't tell, but I think we have a Funko. But I truly can't tell, but I do think it is a Funko. Alright, best is to cut into that, see what we got. One more tap for good luck. It is a Funko. We have a Funko. Oh, it is a monster hit. Oh, what a hit. Alright, we have legendary boxer, the letter T coming up here. Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson. This is going out to Candace. This is a boxing kind of night for you guys. Oh my gosh, what a hit for you guys. Daniel and Candace, look at you guys. A boxing fighting kind of night. Mike Tyson. There you go. Yeah, if you need to, make sure I have that info. Mike Tyson, Candace, nice hit. Mike Tyson, Funko. That is awesome. I will point out there is a little like scratch in the auto, whatever you want to call it, right there. It's in a case, so it's not obviously cincy, but I wanted to point it out now. I don't even know if that's a scratch. It might just be the way that it's showing up, but I like to be as transparent as possible. Still a sick hit. That's really awesome. David, come on. Alright guys, we have one more break after this. Let's see who's getting a giveaway. BDT, that sounds like a Korean band here. BDT. Alright, BDT. Alright, well, Jason, you have a T. Thomas has a T. Alec has a B. Alright, I think it's going to be a matchup between Alec, Jayhawk, which is Jason, and Thomas. Alright. 7 times. There'll be 2 hits, 1 whammy. 2 hits, 1 whammy out there. 7 times. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. Alec! Alright, Alec, congratulations. Like I said, there'll be 2 hits and 1 whammy out there. Alright, 2 hits, 1 whammy. hits, one whammy out there. And you can either go with silver, gold, or babes. Silver, gold, or babes, Alec. Silver, you got it. Alright, Alec, that means you passed up on the babes. And inside the babes was not one, but 2 packs of cards. So a Chronicles pack 2022 for chance of Brock Purdy rookie, and a Monopoly Prism basketball pack. So a couple nice packs right there. And then you passed up on the whammy. Inside of the whammy was a Saturday Night Live Funko Nick the Lounge Singer. Nick the Lounge Singer passed up on the Funko. Alright, Alec. That means you are going to have a 50-50 chance at an auto here. So this is a 2025 Mega Pack. Every other pack has an auto, Alec. Let's see what you're getting. Alright, so these 2025s have 50-50 chance at an auto. Alright, you have a Raheem Sanders, Corey Kiner, Jack Sawyer, Steelers defensive back. Here's an Ashton Janty. Look at that. Nice rookie right there. The running back protege. A Zahir Thomas. Will Howard, another Steeler. Another Ohio State Steeler, no less. A Landon Jackson. Gage Lavardian. Carson Beck. I don't think you're getting an auto, but you got some nice cards. Trey Harris. Well, you got a Trey Harris and a parallel Trey Harris. And then a Tez Johnson. So you got some good rookies, and there's your premier card right there on a parallel insert. Peak performer of Ashton Janty. And the Raiders. Alright, those cards coming your way. Alec? Hopefully you've had fun in the break room tonight, Alec. Alright guys, we have one more break. One more break. For this, all you have to do is give me one NFL team. Everybody that guesses an NFL team correctly will get a box of mystery. Everybody will get a box of mystery here. As long as you guess the team correctly. Alright. Alright. The way we do this, this one's considered the front. The one behind it is considered the back. That'll help me determine which one we're going to do. Front or back. Last break of the night. So we have front and back. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 times. So we're going to use the one in the back. The one in the back here, guys. We have front and back. And we are doing this break right here. And that is not necessarily the team you're going to have, so don't worry. That will be randomized here momentarily. So we'll use the one in the back. Take the one in the front out. This one will be used next Friday. Just a heads up, that one will be there in the break next Friday. And we're going to use this guy. Guys, this is the break we're going to be using. The box, I should say. Right here. Alright. 7 times. This will help us determine who is getting what team. Who's going to get what team. Alright, let's put it into the random.org 7 times. Alright, so here are all the names. Top name, if this was a 7th time, Alec would have the Cardinals. Jeff would have the Commanders, but you know what? Let's have fun. There's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. Candace has the Cardinals, and Maris has the Commanders. Alright, copy that. And now let's go back into this area. Alright, let me paste that, and then we'll hit refresh. Alright guys, Candace with the Cardinals. If anybody wants to make a trade, I will give you guys 30 seconds starting now. Candace has the Cardinals, Jeff with the Falcons and the Ravens. Jake has the Bills, Aaron has the Panthers, Jeff H with the Bears, Mike has the Bungles, Alec has the Brownies, Thomas Q with the Boys, Candace has the Broncos, Mike W with the Lions, David J with the Pack Attack, Paul's got the Texans, Daniel's got the Colts, we've got Chris with the Jags, Jeff S with the Chiefs, Stacy's got the Raiders, Daniel with the Chargers, Chris has the Rams, Jake with the Dolphins, Alec has the Vikes, let's see, the Vikes to Alec, Jake has the Pats, Aaron with the Saints, Jeff has the Giants, Jeff S with the Giants, Aaron has the Jets, Jeff S with the Fly Eagle Fly, Chris has the Steelers, Jeff H with the Niners, Jeff S with the Seahawks, Jake with the Bucks, Mark has the Titans, and we have Maris with the Commanders. Alright, no more guesses. Are there any trades? Colts, I'm sure. Packers are for trade. Any trades going down? Thomas, you want to trade Cowboys for Seahawks? Is that the plan? All right, and Thomas, you're good with that? Maybe you guys said that earlier. I just want to make sure because I didn't see that earlier. Thomas, the trade Cowboys for Seahawks. You're good with that, Thomas? You're trading Cowboys to Jeff for the Seahawks? Candace is good. I'm just definitely just confirming it. That's all I need to do is just confirm. All right, you're good. All right, so we're trading Cowboys for Seahawks. All right. All right, I will refresh that. Anybody else want to make a trade for the Packers? All right. There is the updated. All right, let's go. Yeah, Brent Small. Sorry about that. Jeff, Eagles for hours. What's Eagles for hours? Eagles for what? Eagles for what? All right, we're good with this. Sorry if I have any confusion here. Oh, okay. Do you, I'll give you guys 20 seconds here to discuss that, and then we're gonna get started here. Jeff, are you interested in any of Candace's or Daniel's for the Eagles? So that looks like the Cardinals, Broncos, Chargers, Colts, and I think that might be it. Or keep the Eagles. I think Jeff will probably want to keep the Eagles, is my guess. All right, not hearing anything from Jeff, so let's just go for it, guys. Good luck, everybody. No more trades. Let's rock and roll. Final break of the night. All right, let's get this out there. Don't forget how awesome you guys are. I appreciate everybody. Times can be tough, especially when things get down and low. Let's go. All right, let's go Pack Attack. Get you a Jordan Love. All right. See if we can pull like 3 or 4 Colts players in here. Ooh. Alright. Oh my god, I think we did pull a Colt. If that's a Colt player, you're gonna lose it. So, alright. We have a Houston Texan here. Paul, a little Tank Dell on a Lunar Eclipse Houston Texan, JSA authenticated. Oh, thank you guys. Alright, Houston Texan Tank Dell. I think Paul will like that. Maybe. Alright, we have a jersey here. Alright, from the Minnesota Vikings. How about a little Aaron Jones? Nice running back right there. Aaron Jones. Beckett authenticated on a Vikings jersey. Alright, so that is going out to Alec. Congrats, Alec. Nice hit. Alright. Aaron Jones. Alright, this is the one I'm thinking could be a Colts hit. I have to look this up, but this might be a Sauce Gardner. Is that Sauce? I truly don't know the signature. I was thinking it could be Sauce. But I'm going to look this up. It's Beckett authenticated. Alright, I'm going to tell you right now, it's not a Sauce Gardner. Alright. We have Capture 1 W 577164. We have 8759. This is AJ Brown. Oh my gosh, Philadelphia Eagles. Fly Eagle Fly right there. AJ Brown. Alright, AJ Brown. And that is Jeff. Jeff, there you go. Good thing you didn't trade the Eagles. AJ Brown, you are getting your second now touchdown pylon. There you go. Jeff. There you go. That's awesome. Jeff, that'll be looking nice as you have recovery from your surgery next week, your big procedure. Jeff is having a big procedure, and I'm happy to say that that will be really nice as he tries to go through and get better. Alright guys, here we go. Last item, it is a photo. Alright guys, good luck everybody. Let's see, cut it up. One cut there. Another cut here. Pop it up. We have from the Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Chad Ochocinco. Alright, so Chad Johnson, and that is, hey look, there's a pylon right there. Chad Johnson, and that is going to go out to Mike. Mike, there you go. I don't know if you have a 16x20 Chad Johnson. That'll be nice. Alright, Mike, congratulations. Getting probably at least a first down against the Steelers there. Alright, so there we go. That'll be coming your way, Mike. Yeah, it's a nice photo. Alright, Chad Johnson. It's a Bengals hit. Alright, 16x20. Alright, and then the other thing I have to put the Eagles. AJ Brown. Pylon. Alright, Jeff. Hey, you guys are welcome. Sorry that I can't get everybody hit always. That is what I wish I could do. But I try to have fun with these things. Alright guys, if you guessed any of those teams, again we have Bengals, Texans, Vikings, Eagles. Alright, so Bengals, Texans, Vikings, Eagles. You're going to give a giveaway. Hey, you're welcome. Alright, Eagles. Daniel, you're going to get a box of mystery. Thomas, you're going to get a box. Mr. Sweeney. Jeff, you're going to get a box, and you got the hit with the Vikings. And I think that's everybody. Daniel, Thomas, and Jeff. If I missed somebody, let me know. But Daniel, Thomas, and Jeff, those are the names that I see. Alright, so. Oh, wait. I put a basketball pack in there. I'm like, wait, this isn't basketball, this is football. Alright, guys. The three of you guys each get to pick a box of mystery. There's 3 hits, 1 whammy. Hey, congrats to winners again. Alright. Daniel, Thomas, and Jeff. Daniel, Thomas, and Jeff. S. All right, going with the gold, Jeff. Hey, Jake. Thank you. Got you, Jeff. Trash for Daniel. And Thomas is going to police. All right, Thomas, you went last, but you guys all passed up on silver. Silver had a pack of Score Football 2012. All right, so that pack, nobody's today. Then Police was Thomas. Police. Thomas, you are going to get not one, but 2 packs of cards. You have Select and Chrome. All right, Thomas, that's a great pick. You have to put your name on a second sticker. All right, Thomas, let's start oldest to newest. Bowman Chrome. You have a Drew Aller. Drew Aller right there. Nice Bowman first. How about a Josh Wiley Bowman first? And that is a short print out of 199. Josh Wiley. Draft pick. Recent draft pick. Anthony Richardson. Bowman U on a refractor. Not numbered, but nice. And a Cade Klubnik. Hey, you got some great cards here. Really good selection of cards, including Drew Aller. All right, Thomas, your second pack, Select Football. Marquise Hollywood Brown. Dak. There's a Ray McLeod. And a Riley Moss. Broncos. All right. Those cards coming your way, Thomas. All right. Then next one was Trash. And this is Daniel. Daniel coming out of the trash is a pack of Chronicles 2022. All right. Daniel. Chronicles 2022. And well, let's see if we can get you a nice rookie. Kayvon Thibodeau. There's a Kenneth Walker rookie. That's a nice pull. Kyler. Russ Wilson. There's a Jahan Dotson rookie. We have a George Pickens rookie. You don't see a ton of George Pickens rookies. Not as many as you would think. So that's a nice pull right there. George Pickens rookie. And an Aiden Hutchinson rookie. Dude's getting paid. Once that contract kicks in. Alright, Daniel. Those cards coming your way. Jeff. The Whammy King is getting a true whammy here, Jeff. This is a Panini Family Scan to Play pack. This is a Panini Family. I will send this sealed to you. It is a family Scan to Play family fun pack. So this will come out to you, Jeff. I'll send that sealed with your pylon. All right. So we'll send that out to you, Jeff. All right, guys. Well, that's going to do it. Have a great weekend. I appreciate every one of you guys. Take care. And I will catch up with you again shortly. Next Friday. Take care, guys. As always, I appreciate you guys. And sleep well.